Uganda hunt for kidnapped U.S. tourist enters third day. Ugandan security forces scoured dense bush on Thursday in the hunt for a U.S. tourist and her safari guide who were kidnapped by gunmen in a national park. The 4 kidnappers stopped a group of tourists at gunpoint around dusk on Tuesday as they drove through the Queen Elizabeth National Park on safari to see wild animals. Police identified the American as a 35-year-old woman and said the kidnappers had used her mobile telephone to demand a ransom of €500,445,000 for the release of the pair. The driver is a police spokeswoman Polly Name said all efforts were being made, adding that Uganda's top-ranking police officer, Inspector General Martin Okasakola, had flown to the area to lead operations. The gunmen dragged the pair from their safari vehicle, but left behind 2 other tourists, whom police described as an elderly. Army spokesman Brigadier Richard Kiermeyer said the security forces were doing all they could to track down the gunmen. There was much speculation but no information as to who the gunman behind the attack might be. Porous border. The U.S. Embassy in Kampala said it was aware of the kidnapping, warning its citizens to exercise. Soldiers have fanned out along the porous border with the Democratic Republic of Congo, with security forces insisting they believe the pair remain in the country. The Ugandan Police's Tourist Protection Force has also deployed a special response unit working alongside soldiers and wildlife rangers. Queen Elizabeth National Park, one of the East African nation's most popular wildlife reserves, runs along the frontier with conflict-racked regions of DR Congo. It borders on numerous militia groups and armed gangs roam eastern DR Congo. Virunga suspended. The Britons and their driver were freed 2 days after the attack. The park reopened. The Ugandan park straddles the equator, covering 1,978 square kilometers, 764 square miles in the country's southwest region. Queen Elizabeth Park is about 150 kilometers, 90 miles north of Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, famous for gorilla trekking. Uganda is home. In 1999, Rwandan rebels killed 8 foreign tourists and 4 Ugandans there, inflicting an enormous blow to Uganda's tourist industry. The rebels were tourism is a key industry for Uganda, as a major earner of foreign currency. Hundreds of thousands.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.